Welcome back to Threshold of Revelation. This is session 29 entitled Inkwell. Last session, the group, after much uh, burning of dials, elected to enter into a space which they know to be part of a city slash mine known as Amplevote. They went through the libraries, found some items of import, um, and also open chests, which were probably better left unopened. Um, and they have entered into the common area, what appears to be a lower level of Amplevote. Um, they have found bandits camped near a mine where they apparently have people engaging in labor, probably against their will. Um, that said, the combat continues. We're at the top of the initiative. Again, the current effects in place are Kipta Borzova on Rolling Rock and Slow, which is currently affecting two of the bandits in the back line. Nick's you're up.
Yep, we're gonna start off by Nyx rapidly insulting the caster. We're gonna step into the room. I think that would be the first step, right?
That's a smart move. Yeah.
And so this is the caster?
The other one is downed and surrounded. Yep.
Okay. And then we're gonna start insulting the caster's mother.
Much
in
is the
some-
technique of the bully to have two larger individuals beat him up while you call him names.
That's right.
He passes his saving throw.
He passes his saving throw. Okay.
Unless you roll at D8 if you want to unsettling words and use a bardic inspiration for.
No,
the-
so I did unsettling words. That was my thing. So if you look
Oh,
into the
sorry.
chat,
Apologies.
so,
I thought,
we're
I
starting.
assumed you were doing the.
I
so
thought you were
we're s-
vicious mockery. So when
That's
you.
the
Nope,
one.
nope.
Yeah,
We're
unsettling
starting
words
off
wouldn't be
with
an
unsettling
insult.
words. It wouldn't be an insult.
I don't think
Could
so.
be.
I mean,
Depends on the insult.
I'm gonna try to make whatever.
okay. I'm gonna say unsettling words would be something like more like. I don't know.
Going for shock value.
Yeah, trying to throw him off his game.
Okay, fair enough. That's done, and then your action.
Yeah, then my action is going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay, you're gonna need to roll that D8 to look like your macro work inside the.
Okay, I'll do that. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Maybe I think the slash might be in the wrong direction. So we're gonna do it. Yeah. So we're gonna do Chromatic Orb. I'm sorry, bear with me.
Okay.
I think there's a space between the R and
We're gonna
1.
do it at level 4. And we're gonna make this acid damage.
Okay, so 20 will hit, but he'll use his reaction, which he has not done, to cast shield to block it.
So then I roll my D. Oh
No.
wait.
You don't roll.
Oh, it just hits. It just hits. Okay, it just hits.
Well, no. It hits.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and then you block it.
block it. Right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Unsettling
Do I-
word works against.
I'm going to use my
saving throws.
I'm going to use my inspiration to make that a 26. Can I
Uh,
do that?
No, so if you use your
No.
inspiration to give it advantage, it still has disadvantage, which means you're still using the first.
Why do I have
Because
disadvantage?
you're shooting a
prone.
range attack at a prone target.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to step back out of the room and get behind the some cover here. I think this is cover, sort of, Ryan?
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's fair.
Okay.
There's plenty of door.
Okay.
Use
That's
it.
my turn.
So as we discussed, these guys here you have pretty good lines on from that vantage point.
Right.
Um,
I'm
I
sorry,
would
looking for
say-
a spell.
yeah, at that current position, you have no line of sight on the wizard. He's behind a tent and on the ground.
That's fine, yeah. I was going to go for the leader in the back.
That's fair.
We'll put, Hail of Thorns on top of it.
Okay.
That's not very good.
That's your best shot.
So you don't have advantage, so that means your longbow will go to a poor condition. Okay. And I
Yeah,
think it's
uh,
one more step after that, and then it'll go to breaking.
Yeah, I get one more attack, sorry, just reading.
Yep.
Next time I hit a creature.
Yeah,
so
it
the
sticks
spell
around.
is still active. 19 to hit her.
That will hit her. So take 11.
+9.
Okay. And then she and it.
And
to
one
make-
of them, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, she has to make a dexterity saving throw against the D10 as well. It's just, yeah, in addition to the normal effect of the attack, the target attack of the attack and the creature within must make dexterity saving throws. So
That's fine. It's probably not the spell I meant to cast, but we'll go with it. There we go.
So she will DC 12. Yeah, she's got that. And then the guy next to does not pass it, so he will take a total of 9 damage. And it's half as much on, so she'll take 4 for the burns. So she'll actually get +6 back. Right? No, +5. Might as well.
So took the 11, and then 5 would be half of 9
Yep.
if you're running for us. Yeah.
Well, no, it's still running against. It's just everybody. It's always rounds down for this game.
'Kay.
Youth are done. Bodhi up. I see no reason to be nice to you guys and do the roundup. You're a bunch of goddamn murderers.
What do
Bodhi,
you mean? We're refugees.
you know what I mean.
I'm gonna step out. I'm going to cast. I had it in my hands. Sacred Flame on that scumbag wizard.
Okay, so he has to make a dex save, but he is prone, so he has disadvantage on the dex save.
And he fails it, yeah.
He does. So 11. All right,
And he's still alive, huh?
he is.
That bastard. I'm going to bonus action Misty Step into cover way over here, if that's acceptable.
Yeah.
I'm just on the ground behind that wall.
Yeah, it's about, as we discussed, like what 20 feet down, so that diagonal's fine. With the
Okay.
bit of movement, it's fine. Bodhi,
Oh yeah, I could have hopped
yeah.
down the steps.
Well, you could have pooped
Sure,
and
sure,
then
sure.
ran behind it. That works as well. Ezekiel.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna go here.
It'd be 30 to get there to go around the 10, but yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, my beef.
You can't just run through the 10.
I don't care about no 10th.
I mean,
It's made
Aw.
of fabric.
In his defense, you let him do it last time.
did I? Have I done
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, 'cause I was running this way, and I was like, if I go right
Okay.
here, just walk
That's
over
fine. That's
everything.
fine. I'm fine with that. If you want to go 5 feet and get in all 3 of them, you can. Be consistent is the main thing. Okay, so 19.
Gonna be towards this guy.
that guy there. Okay, that'll hit. He has a currently 10 AC, so yeah, same guy.
Yep.
He died.
Just full on
Yeah.
dog through a screen door, taking the tent with him.
You've seen those
Yeah.
videos of dogs just wearing like window blinds.
Yeah, yeah. This makes sense. This all checks out. Okay, done, Ezekiel?
Yep.
Okay. Start with her then. She is going to, in kind of an aggravated state, use her bonus action. I need you to make an either acrobatics or athletics check, your choice.
22.
Right. 23. So she will knock you on your focus. And she sweeps your feet out from underneath
Right.
you. And then she'll stab you with a dagger. 21 to hit. Probably
Miss.
Yep. And the other guy who's slowed is going to try to attack. Let's see. With his scimitar, 18 misses. Okay. And then the mage will, before I switch to Rolling Rock, use his bonus action to Misty Step up on top of this tent.
On top of the tent.
Yeah, and then he will use his action. Well, he uses movement, actually. He's not prone, because when you teleport, you appear in a standing state. He'll use his movement.
Write that down.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. He's going to move to there and get low, like duck low, but before he drops down to a low position, He's going to zip a firebolt across the arena at Uther. A firebolt, please. Okay. What the heck? Okay, how am I casting a
Sounds like
cantrip?
you missed.
No, it's being weird. It's like it's asking if I want to cast the firebolt, which is a cantrip, at a higher level. And I'm
Pretty
genuinely,
rad to
Obviously,
me.
yes.
Indeed.
I'm genuinely confused. Okay, there we
But
go.
he did miss, though, right?
You have +2 to your defense because you're behind a rail. And he hits a 20. Does that hit you, Uther?
Maybe.
Okay, so then you're going to take 15 fire damage. And as I said, when he gets that position, he's kind of throwing the firebolt across and then dropping down behind the rail, so he has full cover.
That's an acceptable number. I can live through that.
Rolling Rock, hammer up in the air, ready to smash Mage, is annoyed as he watches him roll away. Yeah, I'm going to say he's probably dead set on fighting that, so he's going to fly up 25 here, and he'll use a dash action to fly and get into melee range of him. Alright. Does anybody say he wouldn't do that, or
No, he seems
I don't
pretty
know what
intent
to
on
do.
getting that guy.
that seemed like he would have done that?
He dashed last time to get there, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silas.
probably pretty upset. You made him run twice.
He's got a stitch.
I'm gonna
He's
run
got
over
little
here
legs.
and get. Yeah, I'm gonna get behind cover, behind the tent.
Okay. You still have an action. You want to dodge since you're in a defensive position?
Yeah.
Okay. Nyx.
Yep. So
Oh. Sorry, I
Yep.
apologize. I have to go back. Because he
problem.
did it last time and I forgot about it. Until just now. He would have the mage. No, he doesn't have anything. Okay, go ahead, Nyx.
okay.
The one guy who's slowed could make his save.
So we're
or
gonna step
attempt to
into the
save.
revive.
Oh right.
Um,
He failed.
Okay. Yes.
so for
I'm
some
just playing
reason,
fair, but fuck that guy.
for some reason, I'm only seeing as if it's dim light. My vision is only 60 feet.
Yeah, you have dim light vision, so
Oh, so it's dark?
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I guess it should be illuminated in here.
Because when I'm looking on
a lot of
Twitch,
fires.
it's total. There's a lot of light,
Yeah,
but on
it's
my
because
my
it's-
vision.
It's seeing from my side. It's not seeing from your guys' side.
Oh, okay.
I want to see the rest of the place.
So I wouldn't.
It opens up a little.
Either I don't cheat.
So over here is that's the mage.
Yes, and
That's
he's
the-
behind
that's the dirtbag.
cover, as I said.
He's behind cover.
Yeah, the rail goes up about 5 feet or 4 feet, and he's stuck below it.
And how about so this person is not behind cover, right?
From that position where you're standing, the kind of space in between is about as tall as you are. So I would say, yeah, they would have cover from that vantage point.
I didn't realize that was
Could I
elevated.
jump on top of the tent? I guess it would be an action to do that,
It
right?
would be movement. It would be 10 feet to get up on top of the tent.
Ah, so many things. Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm going to give Ezekiel Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
I have plenty of space to do that.
I'll
I
say
can
that
see
the
him.
hole that Ezekiel punctured through the tent gives you line of sight. That's fine.
Right.
And
Big dog.
Ezekiel's,
Dog's hole.
Ezekiel's prone. I hate to be a stickler. No, you cannot give Ezekiel Bardic Inspiration. You can't.
Okay.
see him. Unless it
Okay.
doesn't require
I'm
sight.
gonna no. I think it does require sight. So we're gonna switch that, and we're gonna give it to Silas,
Okay.
and hope that Silas is gonna get over there and help him. So it's 5, 10.
I forgot you were on your caboose.
So I'm gonna use my action to move further, so I can get closer to Rolling Rock, and
So
that's
you
that's
were here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You'd be on the steps.
right here.
Down at the bottom, or like in the middle. It's difficult terrain to go up the steps. I described them as being steep.
Got it. Okay, that's my turn.
Sorry. There we go. Okay, so Nick's done. Youth are up.
Yeah. Let's cast some more spells because it's fun.
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Okay,
Little of that. Little of that.
shooting her again.
Ain't bad.
Yeah.
Okay, that will hit. And it is a strength check. All right, so she will make her check. Strength saving throw, rather. Wait, let me double check. Strength saving throw to start. To get out is a strength check. Got it. She got a 22.
Yep. Damn, she's tough.
She rolled a 19, so
And you write some really strong women in your stories.
I do like stories of strong women. 10 miss.
She had a dagger. I didn't expect it.
She sweep kicked your paladin or your fighter off of his legs.
With her dexterity.
Yeah, and I'm hiding from her.
I mean, she still got to have like a tree branch of a leg to kind of knock that dog off its feet, though, right?
Nah, he trips over everything.
Dogs are easy to trip, man.
Like a linoleum floor in here.
Yeah, I'm lucky I can even stand.
It's like we're in the back of a car.
We're house sitting a small dog, and yeah, he does like falling on his face. Bodhi.
Jeremy, why don't you duck down behind the thing so you have full cover?
I don't need it. I'm way up the wall. I'm like 20 feet above the floor.
Alright.
Up here I can see.
Still not the mage though. The mage is like right against the cover, so you'd have to.
He's actually out of my line of sight.
Oh, that works.
I can barely see Rolling Rock.
Let me fix that. Sorry, I apologize.
No, you're okay. I
Take
believe.
time.
Oh
I
no,
don't know what I'm gonna do.
the lighting in the room is wrong, right?
There should be a glow in the middle, and for some reason it's not working for people. So I'm gonna try and fix that here by just applying a light and granting it its.
Sounds fancy.
So it has bright light, 40, dim light. 80. I don't know if that changed anything for anybody.
Hey, there he is.
But
Hey,
yeah,
some stairs.
Yeah.
I had to delete the old one. So yeah, Bodhi, you're up.
How high is this
20 feet.
elevation? It's 20 feet. That's pretty up there. I don't think I can do much from over here. My cowardice is biting me in the ass.
It's fine. It means they can't see you either.
I do like that.
You got two options in a fight typically, Bodhi. You die first or you die last.
I prefer that second one. I
So
don't
long
like that both of them involve me dying.
So long as you die, it's fine.
Point is that Bodhi's going to die.
Anywhere you can see the line I've drawn, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere between that, I wouldn't have sight on any opposition, right?
I would say from ground level, you're what, 5 foot tall?
Ish, yeah.
Okay, if you're not small, you could see her over, like when you kind of get to the point where you're looking.
Would I be able to see Silas?
Silas would be difficult to see because he didn't bust through the tent. There's nowhere that you would be able to see unless you were where Nyx was when he fired his line. But if you're shooting from like here, you'd have line of sight on her, but she would have 3/4 cover because you're only seeing like this part of her.
Mm.
Up until like the last two, caster turns, we've been shooting at her shooting at them rather from balcony high up. So we haven't had to deal with the topography of the middle
Or above.
yeah, or above. Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run over here
Okay,
and take the dodge action and hope they don't see me.
that's fine. Ezekiel, you are the one that is next.
I stand up.
Smart.
Okay, as a reaction to you standing up, the bandit will utilize a technique.
Which bit? The boss?
The boss, she's gonna do her thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so she has two options. She can make a full attack, or she can move her speed. Opportunity attacks against this movement have disadvantage. Okay, so she is going to utilize her technique. Catch them while they're down. And she is going to move. Actually, no. She's going to move. So 5, 10, 15, 20 to get up. And then she's going to move.
Can I get an opportunity attack?
You do. You have disadvantage against her for it.
23.
That'll still hit. Damn, okay.
She doesn't move. She stands back with me.
Sentinel. Well, actually, to be 100% fair, she would actually stop on the steps because you do not get the opportunity attack until she moves out of your threatening.
Yeah, that's fine.
Attempts to leave, yeah.
So she is technically 5 feet away from you still. So when you stand up,
And elevated.
you would have your full turn.
That's
Yeah.
important.
I'll get rid of the other small guy, I guess.
Smart.
Hopefully.
You want to go full Anakin on her?
A 10.
10 will work. He didn't want to attack her while she was on the high ground.
No, you don't mess with high ground, okay?
Well
I
played-
know this.
Well played reference to the prequel trilogy, Jeremy. Go ahead and get an inspiration for that.
Who wants it?
Give it to Andy.
I'll take it.
If you
Yeah,
didn't-
give it to Andy.
I have it.
Oh, then can't
Fuck.
give it to Andy.
Fuck, I'll take it.
Zach
It's
seems to be the
yours.
one that's deficient. All right, let's do that.
Thank you,
So I
though.
get another attack.
Yeah, you murdered the bandit, the lower bandit.
I'll swing at her.
Okay.
Oh,
That's an 11.
She kind of catches it with her dagger as she's kind of like pulled back with the blade. You swing the blade around to kind of arc it through her friend towards her. He's like "Oh," reacting to it in slow motion as it cuts him in half. And she's like, block. Okay, Ezekiel done?
Yep.
Okay. She, as she kind of catches the blade, she kind of drops down on, like almost landing on her butt on the steps, and then scissors both of her legs towards your front leg, like your leading leg as you spun about. Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics.
23.
Ooh, that's really good. Let's see if I can best it. I did not. So she will still make her second attack with her dagger. She'll miss, and then she will move.
I don't get another reaction, do I?
No, because you use your action during your turn. Your reaction resets at the start of your turn.
Gotcha.
So she will go up the rest of the way, which would have been 15 feet, and then 5 to the side. So it's 20, 25, 30. All right. She is done. Rolling Rock is up. Oh, I forgot the mage. Sorry. Let me deal with the mage first. I do not want to just have a dwarf pummel me to death. Okay, still
on his
focused,
list.
still focused on my problem, the archer, because, well, I probably
You got a couple problems, bud.
I do need to melt this dwarf, that's for sure. Son of a bitch. I don't want to kill a player who's not here. I don't think he would do anything besides. You guys all said that this is what Steve would do, so I'm gonna go for it. Yeah. The wizard's hands erupt in a large, just siphon of cold, and he pushes it forward, and this massive cold spray shoots out in that direction. Checking my cone area, it would bounce off that line there. It wouldn't affect Nyx because of double cover. It hits this railing and this railing. So it will hit that railing near you, though, Andy. So Nyx is like watching as that railing's kind of like becoming covered with rime.
Wow.
But the
But I really can't see the caster who's throwing it, right?
right, and that's why it's not hurting you. It's only hurting the dwarf, which will make him make a con save.
Damn.
Good at those though, right?
The dwarf.
He's a dwarf. He's a dwarf. Yeah.
Got stone wings.
He fails. So it drops him. He is.
Is he resistant to cold?
Good question.
You know, your character is Jeremy, but I don't know if he.
I couldn't remember if he was too or not.
I'm not seeing anything that would make him so.
Okay.
Yeah. Magic items. Looks like he's got
Mariner's armor.
Circlet of Intelligence, Mariner's Armor, Tankard of Sobriety. Nothing that's directly affecting that. But he takes 51 points of cold damage, and he had 43 hit points remaining. Let me double check something on Cone of Cold real quick.
It'll be fine. We're a well balanced party with healers.
Killed by this spell. He's not
Hey.
killed by it. Okay.
I'm doing my best over here.
Yeah, he's not killed by it. Okay. So he's just good old-fashioned down. If it kills the creature, instead of just killing the creature, it turns them into an ice statue that melts
Dope.
into liquid. After kind of throwing the spell, like you kind of see him kind of get up and throw like a Kamehameha gesture, and then he'll drop back underneath cover. Rolling Rock is his initiative. He's going to make the death saving throw. If I remember how that works on a character sheet. There we go. Success. Rolling Rock done. Silas.
Okay, I just want to make sure I counted this right. I can get to the boss, right?
1, 2,
With my 40 movement
4,
speed.
5, 6, 7, 8. You can get to the steps. The steps are 10 feet up, but it's double movement to go up. So it's 20 feet to go up the steps unless you
So
have
it's
5
just
feet.
not. It's not just difficult terrain counting.
It's not one square. You're going up.
That's what
20
I'm
feet.
saying.
Yeah.
So even with the 40, I thought I got right
So-
to her.
You'll go 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll be at the top of the
You'll end
steps.
up like 2 spaces away.
You'll end up at the top of the steps. But yeah, you got a diagonal there. You're a jumpy guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make an
I'm gonna
athletics
say
check.
I got a 14.
His
Athletic.
tail grew back.
Yeah, that's sufficient. So instead of going right over into this space at the top of the steps, you kind of jump up onto the rail and then kind of leap down next to her. So that would be 40 feet of movement.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna rage and do my reckless attack, full itinerary.
Yep,
Look her up, Cody.
that'll miss and that'll hit. So 12. He is now bloodied. All right. As she kind of gets cut, you watch like the end remnants of the spell. The mage kind of turning his hands like this as he kind of waves his robes and kind of turns to face off against you. It seems like you have the attention of both of the leaders of the group. Nyx, you are up. And
That
again,
is.
It'll be 5 feet of movement to get right up to the top of the ledge, and then you have free movement up on from there.
So 5 feet to here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I just wanted to
so
make sure you knew you had gone up all the steps with the last bit of movement. That's why I
Thank
pulled you
you.
back a bit.
As a reminder, Chris, you have Bardic Inspiration. I'm going to use this
What does that
opportunity.
do?
It gives you a D8. Oh, I'm going to roll it so you can see what it is. Where's my freaking character sheet?
Well, he doesn't have to roll it now. He can decide to use it on attacks later. The
Okay.
rolls.
He didn't mean roll. He was trying to post it.
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
sorry.
I'm just going to put the skill once I get my sheet back
You
up.
added D8 to
Stupidly closed it.
an attack.
Well, it's
or
exactly what you can
save.
do. Damn it. Boom, boom, boom.
Really shaking that pot.
Wall of text. Anyway, I'm going to use this opportunity when he's distracted to move over. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Perfect. And I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on Rolling Rock to pick him up.
Okay.
Healing Word. Do that at level 3. So for 11 healing, and then for my action, shoot. Can I see it? Can I see this one?
Yeah. Sorry. Hold on. I apologize.
Okay.
He counters your healing.
He counters my healing, so that's his reaction.
Yes.
Okay. So it's good to know that he spent his reaction.
Correct. He does have a lot of reaction spells. I just keep forgetting which ones he has.
Because casters are stupid.
They can be. Yeah.
Right.
I like making them my own though, and then when I do that, I forget what they have.
And they all do that.
Does the caster look hurt?
He's bloody. Yeah,
Sharp
that'll
note.
hit. All right.
So on the caster.
Yeah, he takes the damage.
That's my turn.
Cool. Uther, you're up. So
I'm gonna cast the ensnaring strike again. The first shot's gonna be at the wizard.
He is down below the cover.
Is he still ducking?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
He
what
is a
dick.
coward. He knows that you can hit things. He watched you do it. Watched you do it.
You gotta move around the edges, Jeremy, to get to him.
What if I go 30 feet straight up?
Remember, the ceiling
Yeah,
is
there you go.
completely empty. It's like a void that goes straight up. You're in a column of empty space. They're far up. You can't see. It's just dark. And just so you know, the whole space above you kind of fits the same curtain wall as the bandit camp. See how there's like a kind of space that's kind of cleaved out of the stone?
Like the most base area?
Yeah, the most base area. Imagine like the 20-foot ascent continued all the way up and through the ceiling. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And from over here, same line.
I would say he'd have 3/4 cover. You take the shot, but you'll have a +5 AC. You got a little bit more of his butt meat there.
He already used his reaction, so he
He's a-
can't shield it.
He's a wizard. So on the wizard.
That'll miss.
14. Second shot.
That'll miss.
I will spend the inspiration for the 22.
That'll hit. But only just.
And
But only
He
just.
He may have to make the strength save or be entangled.
All right. Oh wow. Okay. Let's
Or
see.
ensnared.
Let's see. And that did 8 points of damage. No bonuses.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Yeah, he rolled a 1.
He is restrained.
He is restrained. It wasn't a natural 1 either. I rolled a 2, and it's a 1.
Nice.
So that tells us something.
Yeah,
So at the start of his turn, he'll take 1d6 piercing.
gotcha. Uther
Needed 0.
done.
Attack rolls have an advantage. Fails. Oh, fails on deck saves. Cool.
Bodhi.
Take measurements.
Fails on deck saves.
He's tied
So
up
what-
just the way you like him.
I got a lot of geometry to do here. I need to see the point I'm landing to Misty Step, yeah?
If you do it above kind of where you're at, fall into that space, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So if you're like trying to shoot for the top of the steps, you can see the top of the steps. You can't see the exact point where your feet will land, but you can see a point above the steps. You get my meaning?
Just keep it under 10 feet above it so you don't take the fall damage. Because you're Bodhi.
It does sting quite a bit, BB.
Falls to 10 feet, takes 1d6, trips, and rolls down the stairs.
I'm genuinely
Dies.
I'm genuinely annoyed at ensnaring strike dealing damage at the start of his turn.
Is he on the Chad level?
Exactly, chatted. Yeah. I was hoping you would say, "Oh, I do extra damage from some random marking or some other bullshit," and I'd be like, "Okay, he's dead." But no, you like gave me this false hope. You're like 8 damage. I'm like, okay, well if you don't have extra damage, he's gonna cast a big spell at fucking Andy and probably blow his guts out. And then you're like, but he takes a D6 piercing at the start of his turn, and I was like,
At the start of his turn?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
What is turn?
that makes me feel a lot cooler.
it squeezes.
I'm going to run up here.
Okay.
Take your time getting over here, apparently.
I'm gonna Misty Step to this rail.
Okay.
But you sort of carefully ease myself down, and I'm
What's your base speed? 35?
35.
Okay, that's right. Because go leg.
Damn.
Start shit.
I was just curious. It's been a while
That's
since we've
fine.
seen you like move non-magically. Typically, you're just teleporting people around. Okay.
Or cowering in the back, not
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of
Don't judge
hiding.
him.
I do
Don't
a
judge
lot
him.
of just wallowing.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna twin the spell Cure Wounds at
that's a good one.
3rd level.
You're gonna cast it on my wizard, so he survives, right?
I'm gonna cast it on that cool dwarf that I
Literally.
respect and myself.
Cool, Lord. I don't know if you did that intentionally or not.
Nope.
18. All right.
So he and I each take 18. And for a little funsies, I'm gonna use my meta magic thingy. Roll
Oh.
the D100.
Chaos.
You explode.
What'd you get?
Oh, right. I rolled a D100.
Yeah, I'm not
Haha.
rolling.
22. That's a good one.
Low. Nice and low. Bum, 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 bum.
I should have done it on targeting myself and a friend.
Wild magic. 22.
It's wild.
Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against the next spell you cast in the next minute that involves a saving throw.
Okay. Haha.
Indeed. Bodhi done.
And now that wizard dies and I'm perfectly safe and behind the dwarf.
Yeah. So it's 10 feet to get up to here.
No, it's 20 feet to get up to there.
20 feet, gotcha. So I have 10 feet of movement left. Can I like move in, hit her, and then I guess move back, or can I? Can't move through her, can I?
Yeah, no, unless she dies. You'll get.
Gotcha.
She'll get an opportunity attack if she's still standing after the blow.
If he
Okay,
hasn't
gotcha.
taken the diagonal, he could step on Silas, make the attack, and then step to the right. He'd
Yeah.
still be in a threatened square.
But you'll have cover because of the hard angle. You're right. That's a better move. So you
Okay.
want to hit and then dance to here. She'll get an opportunity attack, but you'll have +2 AC.
There's no opportunity
13
attack.
slashing
Still
on the
hits.
first hit.
Oh, still threatened. Still threatened. Correct. Yes. That hits, and she's still standing.
16 hit.
No.
Okay.
So you'll go here. And yeah, you're still in a threatened square, so no opportunity attack. Good play, Jeremy.
Yeah, eyes in the skies.
The wizard looks like
Calling
he's
it out.
Playing
about to
3D.
spin about, but then the thorns kind of like reach into his mouth and kind of pull him down, and he starts bleeding a lot.
Idiot.
Fucking lame.
Bodhi's just sweating
That was
bullets
close.
as that guy gestures.
She looks at Silas's build and just realizes his feet are probably not going to fly out from under him like the dogs did. So she's going to go with her full itinerary of dagger attacks. She'll take 3 of them. 2, 3. And you didn't attack recklessly, correct?
Always.
Oh, you did? Okay, so cool. I get it.
He did.
Yep, always do.
Which means I get sneak attack. Okay, cool. All right. So the first attack we'll do after having 3 piercing damage. The second attack, which is the one she will apply. Well, no, she would have done to the first one, so I'll just give you the sneak attack there. It would have been 24 halves, 12 more sneak attack, or 12 more piercing. So the first one actually did 15 total. And then her crit, 12 having, will go to 6. And then her last attack will do 3 more piercing. And that's her last stand, it looked like, because I'm pretty sure Rolling Rock is going to stand up. Bonus action, Shillelagh, march over 5, 10, 15. Oh, 5, 10. Yeah, he can get to her. 5, 10, 15. And just beat her in the head with the Stein of Obadiah.
Bashed her real good.
Miss.
The first one was
Say
the
that,
same.
Chody. He's on our team.
That'll hit and that will kill. Or no. Wow, this is hilarious. Today has been real fun.
Is she alive?
She's alive.
But
So
like technically.
she had 13 hit
She'll
points.
never be the same.
She had 13 hit points. Silas, you're up. The sheer luck of the dice.
Double
You get the
hand
murder.
this
Yeah, murder.
Warhammer right down on her with what's it called?
She's
His
already
artic-
concussed.
Yeah.
He rolled 2 nat 20s.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's fine. Just tell me how it goes, Jody. Give me a good descriptor.
Just into the ground. Just
The
shit
blades.
like a pop can. No, it's a hammer.
Oh, the
Warhammer.
hammer.
He
Okay,
drives
so
his.
pop
He
can.
drives her spine into the ground like a nail.
into the rib cage. Rib cage shatters underneath the weight of the shaft into her pelvis, and then the legs kind of just flare out to the sides as she is just splattered to the ground.
The skull and spine are driven through the rest of her like a nail, like a Mortal Kombat finisher.
Fucking yeah. You hear a voice off in the distance.
See the X-ray vision.
You hear a voice in the distance exclaim, "Toasty!" For some reason. Actually, 30 rib cages fly out for like 90 fucking arms. Why? But yeah, that'll be the conclusion of the fight. I'll go ahead and remove all the turns there, and we'll go ahead and slow the music down a bit. Something a bit more somber. Let's see. This is the one I want. No, that's not it. It's upstairs.
I like that one. We'll have cocktails.
Yeah, that one's upstairs. Hopefully, we get to it. Here we go. I think it is. There we go. That's what we were playing when we first came in. Okay. So, yeah, fight's over. Tell me what you want to do.
Yeah.
Blame our crimes on these bandits.
All
If we
of
had a
them.
wizard and if we had a wizard, they'd be running over that spell book.
A lot of them.
So, buddy,
I'm gonna.
when you were doing your ascent, I want to make sure this is clear because it was mentioned last session. It was kind of mentioned in the intro, but it wasn't mentioned fully. You would have ran over to this corner. You would have seen that there were probably about 5 or 6 individuals in this back area that were tirelessly kind of hammering away and picking away at the wall.
Yeah, we'll check on them here shortly. You guys might want to search this camp, see if there's any supplies. Cause I bet they got supplies. We can use them. And
Yeah,
I'll head over to see what these troublemakers are all about.
So, as I described
Somebody roll these bodies.
last session, I'll just give you the kind of catch up. They are wearing what appears to be very much, or a little more than loincloths. They look like they have bruised and battered bodies, wounds on their person, and tools of implement in their hand as they continuously work, occasionally stopping, but not for much longer than a moment or two. You would notice that each one of them appears to have something kind of attached to their head, which appears to be a dark iron crown with barbs kind of in the skull of the creatures, and it looks like it's kind of coated in like a slick, like a kind of oily kind of colored slick.
What are they to be wearing dark iron?
Well, the creatures, are humans and dwarves.
Okay.
But they are wearing these crowns that look like they were kind of forced upon them. And forced into them in the barb sense.
Do they seem to, like, notice me?
They do not. As you're kind of investigating that situation, I believe there was some rolling of corpses. So I'll go ahead and switch over to
Yeah, they're just having fun over there.
Brent, and I'll go ahead and
There's their
include
Steve.
Chody and Steve by proxy. Andy,
That's not what that means.
you'll have first dibs at the wizard. They're gonna have first dibs at the bandits.
Sounds good.
So you three there. Steve stands there staring blankly. But the other two of you, what would you like to do?
It's like, what?
And I said it right. Steve stands there looking blankly. Not rolling rock.
I guess I'll see what the probably I'm gonna go over here and see what's happening over here.
Okay. So you would see that there's a staircase that goes upwards, and from the looks of it, you can see that the staircase ascends inside of its column straight up. This looks like an ascent that would lead upwards. Then you would see in this kind of back corner what appears to be a small workshop with all sorts of different tools. Looks like this is mainly for maintenance of metalworking items. There are tongs. There's a spot where there's a very small kind of kiln-like furnace, and there's stuff on the table that looks like it's for hammering metal. Yeah, and then there are 3 barrels that appear to have a bit of crud on their spigots that are kind of just like dark in color, like it's just kind of you probably fried eggs like in a pan. Like if you let them go too long, you start to get that nice kind of like dark crispiness. It's like that texture-wise, but it's kind of like more oil-colored.
Well, I already have a blacksmith's kit or a smith's tools. I will leave this room.
Okay. And then Silas.
I'll also be searching the body, searching around.
Okay.
Mainly the body, I think.
She has a dagger. The dagger in question does look like it is ornate. It definitely looks like it's of a more Ulamaran kind of styling, so Southlanders in this region. It's nice. It has a jeweled handle. And the two bodies down the steps, they look like they had arbalists, so large crossbows.
Oh man, that would have sucked.
They didn't ever get a chance to fire them.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
None of
there's-
it really interests me. I would take the dagger and
Thanks,
toss it to
Buster.
anyone close. It doesn't interest
Really
me.
helped that.
Fair enough. And if you're pulling off the arbalists and kind of setting them aside, you'd note that their bolt quivers are segmented, so there's a two-section. There are 20 bolts of size to be used by the arbalist, and then in the smaller top quiver, it looks like there are 3 bolts that look like they have these kind of cores on the tops of them. And it looks like if you were to kind of puncture something with it, the metal head, it would push into the core on the top there. Like some sort of your presumption with like Jernarn or the conglomerate primers is probably some sort of incendiary or explosive device that detonates when hit.
Yeah. Also, walk away from those. Wouldn't care about those either.
Cool. All right, Uther, you're heading on over.
Tossing tins.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bunch of material. It looks like there's a lot of living space here. Some of it looks like it's not been used in a while. Like the people have just kind of disappeared. But you do find that in this tent here, if you're searching this one specifically, there is a dwarf who appears to be lying on the ground. There's a shackle on his leg, which is connected by a line of just rope to a shackle that's been kind of implanted in the ground. Everything else inside of the space seems to have been taken out, and you can see that the boxes and such and other material that would have been inside of the tent are kind of on the outside of it instead of inside of it. And they've kind of left this tent to the dwarf. The dwarf also has a crown on his head that's covered with slick.
Is he dead?
There's very shallow breathing from what you can tell.
I want to hit him with cure wounds.
Okay. He starts to stir, but we'll get to the immediate aftermath of that here in a second. Nyx, the
Yep.
mage,
Mm-hmm.
he has a wand, and he has a pair of gauntlets, bracers rather, not gauntlets, and it appears that he is wearing some sort of fancy necklace underneath his robes.
So I'll take all those things, and I'm going to take the time to identify them all if we have the time to do that.
If the group wants to, allow.
Do we want
that
to
time.
spend time? Yeah.
Yeah, I got nowhere to be. I'm studying these
So I'll cast Identify as a ritual then,
people.
3 times.
Currently no rush. Okay. So, Bodhi, do you try and interfere with the workers in any way?
I'll try to speak to them, see if they look up from what they're doing. They seem to be under some kind of control. I'm assuming it has something to do with the Crown of Thorns.
It does
deal.
seem that is the case. It doesn't look like they're interacting. Doesn't look like they are noticing you or taking or regarding you at all.
How securely bound does the crown apparatus look?
It looks
Like it's
there's
embedded in their head?
a number of barbs that are kind of in, probably touching or possibly getting through a skull.
I can't just yank that off.
Well, you could.
Oh, I don't know that would.
If your goal is to keep them alive, it's probably.
That's
not
what I'm
bad.
saying. I don't want to leave them like this. I guess I'll start searching the camp for any indication of what that is. These people who are camped right next to them must have some kind of connection, some kind of lead to what this is.
Okay.
So I'll start with the mage's tent. I think I saw him come out of this one on the north.
Yeah, he came out of this tent here, and you go inside. It looks like a sleeping area. Doesn't look like there's anything personal effects wise, but as you're kind of making your way over there, you would pass by this rug that's kind of neatly laid out on the stone. Looks like there's a book. Looks like there's a number of different kind of just jars and pots.
Do you like jars?
I know you do. You'd also see that there's a stack of about 6 of these iron rings, these crowns that the others are wearing. They are not covered with slick. And the tent behind it appears to have books and other things that have been kind of stockpiled in this space.
I'll take a gander at the book while Nyx is doing his identification. I'll take a look at the book that's next to the rings that aren't being used.
I will say this before we move on to the next person. You will notice that the books do look like they came from the same library that you first entered into. And you would notice that the book that's on the ground in the space on the rug, if you kind of flutter it closed, it seems to have the same kind of binding and cover as the books that were slotted inside of the off-limits.
Book jail?
Yeah, book jail.
We got an escapee from book jail.
Got an escapee from book jail, looks like.
I might need Rolling Rock's help, and he's in a
He's in torpor.
impressionable mood
Yeah, he's just
to read to me.
He's just not talking. Okay.
I also read Dwarvish.
Oh, okay. I'll leave him to stare at the wall.
So, Nyx, you have the pendant, you have the wand, you have the bracers. You're
Mhm.
heading where to start your identifier? You're just sitting down and doing it right there.
I mean, if it feels safe, I would do it right here.
I mean, you're kind of far away from everybody, so it's up to you.
Okay, then I'll take it back to the campfire.
Okay.
Along by Uther.
About that time, as you make it down, Uther, the guy you cured, is standing up, and he starts to walk like he's heading out of the tent. He then stops because the chain catches his leg, and he falls flat on his face. He then starts trying to crawl, and Nyx, you would see a dwarf with a strange iron slick crown trying to drag himself against the chain. Looks like his strength is putting some effort on the rope, but it doesn't look like he's getting free.
You got a spell slot left?
I do.
I ripped the crown off.
Okay. So as you kind of grab a hold of it, it seems that
That's your cue.
the slick starts to move up your fingers. And as you pull upwards, you hear a very gut-wrenching sound coming from his throat. Uther, as a hunter, you recognize this as a death knell. And as the crown rips off of him, his body falls completely limp, and his skin almost instantaneously turns pale.
That's no good.
Nick says, "What should I do?"
I guess we'll try and heal him.
I don't.
You got a cantrip for that?
I don't
What's
think that will work.
What's a death knell?
It's like a scream that, or a thing that a creature kind of releases from itself as it's dying.
A final moment.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard the term.
A medicine check? Is that a thing you're good at?
No. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I think I killed this guy.
Well, sorry.
Shit.
I'm gonna. I could like hum its funeral dirge. That's what I could do.
Going to should just double check. The death knell is actually the tolling of a bell that marks someone's death. Sorry. So
It's like a death shudder. You mean
Yeah,
like
death shudder.
a noise that he makes as his
Yeah, it's
expiring.
more of
The
like a
rattle.
God.
it's like a death rattle, death
Yeah.
scream. It is not a bell sound. Thought I checked myself. But yeah, yeah.
Identify.
Dennis or no.
You murdering people over there?
I wipe my hands off on the tent.
So as you do it, the fluid that's coming off of your fingers, it's not moving anymore. It doesn't seem to kind of be creeping up your hand or anything.
Still gross.
it has an ink-like consistency, and it has kind of a very blood-like smell. You actually,
Is that Iger?
it might be. You would actually kind of get like there's a bit of a. Were you in the room when the chest got popped? The nasty chest?
I was not in it. I was at the door watching them.
But
get
you-
covered
We
in goo.
we all saw it happen.
You eventually got a whiff of it, I'm sure. It smells like
Yeah.
that, but not as bad. Like non-spoiled that.
Why are they keeping Nevada the spoiled stuff? They got the good stuff out of here.
Misdirection.
See, I'm gonna wash my hands and just fucking don't take the crowns off. They don't like it. Now that the crown is off, I'm gonna try to stare at it though. Could you like back screws out or something before ripping it
How
off?
big are these crowns?
So they're probably, 8 inches in diameter, but it's like a rough diameter. It kind of looks
Right.
like the crowns are actually shaped to fit. And then whatever.
So not quite a cubic foot or something.
No. And then whatever's
Okay.
done to them to make them do whatever they're doing is probably done after they're applied. If that makes
I'm
sense.
going to cast Prestidigitation on one of the guys' crowns and
Mhm.
instantly clean them.
Okay. Very interesting.
I thought so. That's a
That's-
spell I'm using now
That's
that you
spell we
gave it
never
to me.
wanted.
Really interesting.
I can't touch dark iron. I
No,
just won't.
I know. It's I get you, Faye. And very much in line with why this does what it does. But oh my god, I need to make up a reaction to that.
I fixed him.
Yeah, that was not. Well, I can't say that's for certain.
I instantaneously clean or soil an object.
Yeah, no, I know.
No caveats, no other words to say. Instantly clean.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how it interacts with the spell effect that's currently in place.
It stops, I guess.
Yeah, but if it stops, he dies.
Well, then I'm
You killed a guy too. Then whatever. Let's go.
I'm
We got
remorseful.
4 more.
But it's a very interesting. The thing is the only instance of stopping the spell outside of a prescribed method is what Jeremy did. So you created a new method of doing it. And
Well,
it's,
I'm a doctor.
and it's an
of
interesting
Some
one.
some report.
I'll get back to you. I need to think on that. That's a really
All right.
interesting.
Nah, he dead. Let's
based
go.
on what happens, I might be doing it to the other 4 or 5 guys.
Trying to think of how it's going to interact.
I don't like seeing people in
No.
binds. I don't care for what's going on in the north portion of
I-
this. I
I
kind of
agree.
relate to that.
I am
I'm
going
gonna fix
to have you roll a d100, and there is a low chance that this is going to succeed. So if you roll lower than
28.
you didn't. So yeah, it does the thing that it did to Jeremy's.
He dead.
It
Next.
because I didn't
Line
come
him
up
up.
with, I didn't come
Can
up
I
with an
use
interaction, and I'm
my
like,
inspiration to roll that D100 one more time?
inspiration's only on d20 rolls.
Wow.
I gave you your 1 in 5 chance of it doing
fucked
something
up.
other than prescribed. Do you want to finish the rest of them off, or?
Reroll it, because I'm sure it's gonna be 100%.
Yeah,
You're
if you
gonna
want-
fucking murder the guy.
I'm not gonna make you waste your inspiration for that roll, though. I'm gonna be okay with that, acknowledging it.
I knew it was gonna be high.
I do appreciate you trying for it, though. Like, I want to spend my inspiration for a 1 in 5 chance.
Yeah.
All right, start studying. You got 4 more guys to kill.
Okay, so Nyx, you just start moving to identify.
And
Si-
identifying. Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Silas, you are just
I'm actually catching my breath. I'm hurt pretty bad.
okay, sitting on the steps.
Yeah.
Taking a breather, starting a short rest. Okay, Ezekiel, are you wandering off on your own now?
I'm just going down this way.
There's a door that you pass by here.
I'm assuming it's locked.
If you try it, it is not locked.
Oh, never mind.
It is, however, trapped. No.
Wouldn't be the first time. It's okay.
Did they loot all the bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many lockpicks were left on the one guy?
Oh, great question. So, it looks like you have a total of 4 lockpicks on that thieves tool set and 6 empty thieves tool sets. They've been
The hell of a lot.
They've been
They've
trying.
been at it.
They have been
Or a
trying.
shitty bandit.
Also,
Could go
this
either way.
this adventuring group of a wizard, a bard, appears to be some kind of assassin. None of them had any potions. Nothing juicy. Nothing good.
No, they had a lot of empty
Blankets.
flasks. So they have about 7 empty flasks at that rug area.
I'll take them.
Okay.
Juiciest thing I hear was wizard.
Opening up this door, looking inside, looks
The
like a
35 jar.
small workroom, but also food room. Like it looks like it's a dual-purpose chamber for cooking, but also for using the benches or the tables as workspaces. Looks like they're currently set up for food, but the smell that you get with your keen canine senses is that the food is off. It's like strange, and as you kind of look to it, you see that it's all like growing stuff. Like it's been left here for a very long time. Everything else like looks fine, and it does look like there are some food items that are salvageable, but it looks like for the most part, the food that's prepared and on the tables has gone off.
Yeah, I'll let Silas know that there's a kitchen-esque type area since he's the cook.
You'd also see that there's a shelf over near the thing that looks like it has a couple of recipe books.
Yep, I'll let him know. Like, hey, Silas, there's cooking stuff in here for you, buddy.
I would be excited about that, and to do that therapeutic time of healing, I would start trying to cook something for
Very
us.
good. I will, since it'll take the time to like figure out a recipe. If you have anything on you, or anything that requires mundane food materials that aren't immediately spoilable, this place has the materials for that. So let's see. I'm gonna see if I can't help you in that regard.
Is he identifying the wand by the fire, Andy?
Yep.
So-
Yes. The
Okay.
wand, the bracers,
There's a
and the
wand.
necklace.
Okay, cool.
I didn't hear about the necklace.
So I think with what we have available, if you have 20 ounces of residuum, you could put together
I have plenty.
Blalatha soup if you want, which you have the recipe for, because you got it off of in Penford.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll make some of that.
Alright, it's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like the potatoes, bacon is actually dried out, so it's more of like a bacon jerky, but it's usable for the
Can't be
soup.
bad.
It kind of rehydrates in the process, but yeah, you take out 20 residuum, either pulling it off of Burling Rock or you had it on you and get to cook
I had it on me.
Perfect. Cool. And then, sorry, something was happening between Uther and Nix. What was it?
I was just curious what he was identifying. I didn't remember what he
There
walked
should
down.
be
there.
Wand, bracers, necklace.
And there should also be a dagger, which would probably passed over to you by Cyrus.
Okay.
Wait, what about spare the dying? Wouldn't that
40
have helped?
minutes.
No, because
No,
there's
that
no
just preserves the
dying.
body.
No, spare the dying would stop the dying condition, but they're not dying. They are dead. The second it's removed or the spell is stopped, it's death. Dying is when you're laying on the ground and rolling down.
Well, since Uther's busy with Nyx, I'm gonna have Rolagrok read this book to me so I understand what these are.
Okay.
Are there
But
any
also,
other
for the
worthy resources in the tents? Since
um,
that's the rounds I'm making after killing a guy.
yeah, so resource-wise, you would find that there's probably about 50 days worth of rations present here. And looking at ingredients-wise, nothing of note. Nothing that can't already be found in the so miscellaneous ingredients, similar in kind to what's already being found in the kitchen. If you get my meaning there. Like food ingredients. So I'll show you this handout here. Basically, anything that doesn't go off, or if it does go off, something that's like long lived, like bread, would probably be present inside the tents.
Give that to Silas.
I'm taking a carrot.
More than fair. Ezekiel's still going on an
I've
adventure.
heard.
Is that right?
Yeah. Ezekiel
Their
stopped at
dog's
the room.
lost.
It was
Okay.
for
So
Silas.
I would say
Well,
about
his
by
room.
this time, the studying of the ingredients, the searching, the crown removal, and all that. Nix, this has been about 10 minutes. You would have identified your first item. Which was the one you were going for first?
Wand.
Wand of fireballs.
Neat.
And I believe its current charge level is 2 remaining. Let me double check my notes.
Ain't been used today.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, he
two-
did.
well,
Yeah,
he
he
shot
did.
one.
Fuck that guy.
Shot 1.
Yeah, normally it has 7.
Wand
hit me with that.
gains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily
During
at
the
dawn.
day.
Is that kind of a one?
Yes, it's exactly
Okay.
right.
And,
First tuned by a spellcaster.
Okay, so I could use that.
Anybody?
Fuck yeah, I'm taking that.
Anyone with
If
the
you don't
ability to
mind.
cast
A
a spell.
spellcaster. Attunement by a spellcaster, yeah.
So that means our ranger, our
Uh-huh.
cleric.
Uh-huh. Yep.
No, Andy,
I
hold
believe
on.
it all-
Or a bar or a little old bard.
Even a bard.
Silas
An
could use it.
ant bard.
Silas could use it because he can
He casts
cast
iron.
Sure.
I see.
Jody, you got to appreciate your own joke. There he is.
Ezekiel. Looking ahead, you can see that there is a bard setup kind of here, kind of barring your way through. But you can see through that space. Looks like there are a couple of boxes on the sides here. It looks like they've already been shifted through, and the materials inside have already been kind of taken. Where they went, you do not know. But if you move
Gotcha.
up to the bars,
Yeah.
you would see on the other side there is another door. Looks like it goes to the kitchen on the opposite side of the bars. And it looks like in that space there's just like a casual kind of, seated area. But it looks like there's a lot of clutter behind and a clutter on the sides. And there's a chest just sitting kind of idly on the floor here beside a cupboard.
Then I will backtrack through the kitchen to get to that door if I can.
Door's locked.
Well, then I'm not getting through that door. Does it look breakable?
It looks like it is made out of iron, and it looks like it's been braced with jeweler's brass. So it looks like it's very heavy.
Dang.
It does have a lock mechanism, though.
I'm not gonna lock pick.
Right.
Alright.
The other thing you would note too is on the ground in that kind of dwarvish rug there, that's kind of like in front of it, there are a number of broken picks.
Yeah. The bars didn't look breakable, did they?
No. They look
Okay,
like they
okay.
were pretty solid. Probably
Gotcha.
probably about like 6 inches around, kind of spaced with like a very narrow window, maybe 3 inches apart.
Gotcha.
Someone can teleport through there, but
Yeah, I can't do that either. I just hit things and go big. I will go this way then?
yeah, there's one more door there.
Yeah, I'll try to open it.
That one is locked. There are no lockpicks near it though. Doesn't look like anything right here on this one.
Fair enough, fair enough.
All right, Silas, cooking.
Between casts of Identify, Nick says, Uther.
Yeah.
What do you call birds that stick together?
Sticky birds.
Velcros. And then he starts the next cast.
I don't know what that means.
I like that one.
You'll get it someday.
It's catching on.
Bodhi, after murdering the one guy, do you want to murder the other 4, or do you want to do something else?
If I'm able, like I've got Rolling Rock over here interpreting this book that was next to the other collars. Is there any identification to what the hell this is? What's going on?
No, so if you move over to the book and get the Dwarvish Manor or the Dwarvish translation, what you'll start to understand is that this book seems to prescribe a method of creating the crowns in question. They are what are known as slave crowns, and they are an ancient Dwarvish artifice that were used by the old Dwarvish tyrants to subjugate their captured foes and put them to work in the mines. This obviously is lore that needs to be kept away, which is probably why it was in the reserved section. But apparently the wizard that you just destroyed killed him. It also describes that the only way to remove a crown is by issuing the command word into the control device. And as you go through and look at the pages of this book, you can see that there's a lot of drawings that kind of implement how the crown is put into the brain and how the device is kind of modified after that point. But also showed the description of how to create the control device and what the control device looks like. And from what you can tell, it looks like it's an amulet with a very solid piece of amber kind of locked in its center and kind of a grip to it on its sides. Almost like a walkie-talkie, but replace the speaker with a big gem.
Is that the necklace that he has?
It does match the description of the necklace that Nick's at the beginning.
But no indication of what the command word would be?
It gives the command word in the book, yeah.
Identification? Oh, in the book.
The
Okay.
book.
I'm sorry. What kind of
Identify should also
what,
give you the
what kind of a
number.
necklace is that? I missed that.
I think it's the one that you've got that you're identifying.
No, but what does it do?
What was the second item you wanted to identify, Andy?
The bracers.
Cool. So as you finish your casting of that,
Okay, I'm gonna try to give these guys water so they don't die of exhaustion.
as they finish reading and learning, and as Nyx finishes his second casting, Uther, what are you doing?
I'm on defense at this point.
Okay, so you pop to a high position, bow out, ready to rock. Looking at the situation here, it looks like from what you can see, there are a number of points of egress into the space up to the north. The door's probably not going to open anytime soon since the bandits were attempting that. Looks like Ezekiel and Silas already have this section already well within their concern. There's a door here that hasn't been opened yet. There's a door here that hasn't been opened yet as I mentioned the hallway. And the very, very large double doors on the south side.
I'm going to be clinging to the wall above this position.
Cool.
And watching those 3 points.
Got it. All right. So the final identify will manifest. The bracers are braces of armor. So if you are an unarmored creature and you are wearing them, you get +2 to your AC.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Be very good for Ezekiel.
No.
No, I'm very armored.
Silent. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Silas would be good. Either of the casters that are not the cleric would be good.
Yeah, we want to beef
Although-
up the front line.
Bodhi mage armor, so it's actually.
Yeah, I'm mage armor. I don't think it would interact right.
Actually, you're not technically wearing armor when you mage armor, so they'd stack.
Yeah, but I've already got stuff. Give it to Silas.
Yeah,
It's funnier
Silas.
when I get hurt.
Just saying. Pretty sure casting mage armor doesn't.
The audience loves it when voting is hurt.
You're not wearing armor because the +2 from the bracers would kick in first, and then you'd add 5 to that.
We'll add 3 to that for mage armor.
It's only +3?
Yeah, 3. It doesn't add +3. It's 13 plus dex for your armor.
Okay,
calculation.
sorry. That's right wrong.
Right, which is why it wouldn't work with Silas's armor ability, because his armor ability just creates a new math that he has to follow instead of a plus.
How do you done armored defense?
Yeah, on armor defense, so he gets dex plus con plus 10.
And then plus a 2 if you took the bracers, right?
Correct, yeah. If you mage
I
armor,
say give it to Silas.
it would be not as good as what I was saying.
Oh, I see.
Cool. 2 more items on the docket: dagger and
Let's
gem.
go with the necklace. Is it a pendant or a neck? Like, what did you call it?
So it's a pendant.
Kind of
yeah.
walkie-talkie shape.
Kind of a walkie-talkie shape.
You said the command word was in the book, though?
Yeah, I didn't come up with one. So it is
Something in
wafer.
Dwarvish.
It's
It's
the Dwarvish word
unpronounceable.
for wafer.
Wafer.
Just attempt that into the amulet he found so he doesn't spend 10 minutes on this.
Yeah, if you see him going to move towards casting it on that thing, Bodhi, because Rolling Rock is obviously not cognizant.
Wait, I want to identify it before I use it. I don't even if I know the command word. I'm sorry. I'm being cautious.
Sure. So if you, Bodhi, are you going to interact with him?
So if you want to take it and use command word, that's up to you. But I'd rather know what we're doing here.
I feel like these guys are about to drop dead, so I'm stepping in. Waffer. I'm ordering them to stop.
Stop identifying.
I'm ordering the I'm taking the amulet from him,
Okay.
and I'm issuing the command word for them to stop.
Okay.
Okay. So if you issue the command word, it causes the spines on the iron crown to go back into the crown and them to kind of just sit lazily on their heads. They all kind of, after that happens, kind of drop down onto their tushes and just kind of start breathing and staring at the ground like they're in some sort of state of shock.
I'm going to bring Rolling Rock with me. We're going to put them into the recovery position, and
Get some water for them.
he or I with Mage Hand are going to remove those.
Yeah, all the crowns get thrown to the side.
Gotcha.
You'll notice that as they kind of hit or they're moved, the slip kind of just falls off. It's even, I mean, you can press prestidigitation off, but it doesn't look like it's doing what it was doing before. Because when you were looking at it and you cleaned it, it did seem to have like a, it wasn't dripping. It was like there was something that was causing it to stay there.
Got it. I'll toss the amulet back to Nyx and
Do you start on the
be
dagger
about
for that?
recuperating these guys.
Or do you watch this and then grab the amulet back and then start identifying it? Andy,
Say again?
do you watch Bodhi go through this process, or when he takes the amulet away, you start identifying the dagger?
If he's using the amulet, I might as well start in on the dagger.
Okay, so he comes back over as you're kind of mid-casting, and he sets the pendant back down next to you.
Mhm.
All right. Ezekiel, as I mentioned, that door is locked. Do you want to try for anything else in this space?
Yeah, I would like to open more doors, but I also don't want anybody just running down the steps at us.
Big double door. There's a door across the hall from you over here. There's also the doors to the north.
Okay. I'll try to move down here and open the big double door.
Yeah, they shift. So everyone hears it. It's definitely a loud groaning sound, which causes everyone to kind of look over in that direction, especially Uther. But then you see a big white Kennelborn boy going, ah, pushing the doors open. And you see them open. And on the interior, you see a very vast, open kind of room with a massive door that is slammed shut that appears to have chains connected to it. Large mechanisms in the top corners, like embedded in the stone of the space. Very unworked, kind of jagged walls. The thing that you would notice most about this space is that besides the big doors have a small door. Just a small, tiny door. Little baby door right there. It's like a trap door. And it looks like the trap door has seen a lot of use.
I could fit in that door.
Yeah.
Anybody can fit in that door.
There's nothing else in this room.
There's some barrels. There's some food boxes that look like they've been kind of torn open. So your presumption is that this material was stuff that was kind of moved to the kitchens, moved to other spaces.
Gotcha.
Definitely looks like this is some sort of staging area. And based on its size, you would presume that this probably leads out.
Yeah. I know it's probably a bad idea, but I'll try to open the little trapdoor and peek in.
You open it up. Inside, you'd see two things immediately inside of this long column that descends about 100 or so feet down. First off, it has kind of a strange glow to it, which is the thing that allows you to see the two things I'm going to mention. Hanging from the trapdoor is a rope ladder that descends the entire length of the way. And at the very bottom, there appears to be a very large platform with chains on its sides that go straight up, directly underneath the floor space, kind of here, and then like here, like in the corners.
Yeah.
The floor's depth is much thicker than the door's depth. So the door is probably about 10 feet thick, right? And the door kind of opens into like a small passageway through the door. And then the floor is probably about 30 feet thick. And then the 100-foot drop. And then at the bottom, the strange looking elevator mechanism. So it seems that they can lift like very large things up to the door. The doors are then open to allow for the elevator to fit. And then they take the stuff off and move it through the doors.
Gotcha.
Make sense?
Yep.
And you also see daylight appears to be kind of shining in Actually, no, it wouldn't be day; it'd be night. You see morning light, I suppose. Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit of, like a peak of morning light coming through the bottom there. It looks like there's an open space that leads right into the elevator.
I will shut the door back and let the party know I found an exit. Found an exit, guys.
Cool.
After being
Well, heads up
startled,
next time.
seeing Ezekiel march to the big doors, you're probably like, are like angling on it the whole time before Ezekiel pops back out. Like, what the fuck's in there? What the fuck's in there? What did he just unleash upon us? What hell? I hope it's not red caps. I hope it's not red caps. But it's
Fuck a red
fine.
cap. I'm all the way up here. What are they gonna do?
Kick you in the shin somehow? I don't know.
They stack up like Goombas.
More than fair.
Push it over.
That'd be amazing.
The dagger is a +2 dagger.
Just wanting to clarify here real quick. I made the soup.
Yes.
Only one person can eat it.
Nope. Everybody.
Okay, so I give it to everybody, and then since it's a short rest, can I use hit dice to heal, or
Yes.
is that on long rest? Okay, cool.
So you basically start walking around, passing out the food as everyone's gonna, you say, Uther, kind of holding the bowl up as he kind of scrambles down, grabs it, goes back up, kind of perched.
Got
with
the
his
dinner
feet,
bell.
and he's like holding it, the bow hanging from his arms as he's like.
And then I hand him the dagger. I hand Uther the dagger.
So you get past a +2 dagger, Uther.
Hell yeah.
The other thing to note about the dagger, and this isn't to be identified, it was something I mentioned. It looks like its edge is very silvery, so the weapon is a silver dagger. So
I'll hand you a +1 short sword.
damage reduction.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see if Rolligrok can help me move these people into the tents. Get them some, comfortable place to rest and recover. And if we can, get them water and food if there's... Oh, there's rations. They could have rations
There's
if there's not enough
rations,
soup.
there's food. Yeah, like when someone cooks the recipe, it's presumed to be for all allies, and the amount that's kind of put there is a large amount on purpose. So like you're creating a lot of excess. So it's fine. They can drink that too. Lalotha soup.
We get bonus against spells cast against us.
Plus
Is that
one
what
to
the
AC
idea
and
is?
saving throws spells will cast against you for the duration, which I think is 24 hours. Double
Neat.
Double check.
Gulp. Slurp.
I don't see the bracers of armor in the SRD.
Bracers
Bracers of defense.
Sorry,
Okay.
I was using the old lingo. And then just to confirm for the Lalotha, it was +1 AC and +1 to saving throws against spells, specifically spells, for 24 hours. Alright.
So 1 to fireballs, bracers of defense, +2 dagger, pendant that does something with the spines of the dwarves, like the headbands of the dwarves.
The slave crowns. It commands the slave crowns.
Slave crowns. Okay.
Go ahead and
Is that-
destroy that one if you're capable.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. And if anyone's
If you,
actually Ezekiel,
sorry,
go
this
ahead.
This is an interesting point. If you do go through and identify the pendant, it does not come up as magical for you.
So this is just technology.
No, it's not. But identify doesn't seem to identify it.
Would I be able to understand how something seems to
There are
function magically, but
plenty of ways to cover up magical auras
cover up magical
or
auras?
make things not appear the way they actually are.
You're talking like Nistel's magic aura.
Yeah.
That spell you made me learn.
I didn't make you learn it. I told you it was available, and you said okay.
You've
let's
made
do
me
it.
learn multiple times that I hate learning. And it pisses me off.
It's just the only one you were allowed to learn.
I guess he's not here to ask. Well, I would want to know from Rolling Rock why dwarves would want to do this.
He would explain
The
to
ancestors.
you, as we have discussed, Anvil Boat is not strictly a dwarvish location. So, as we understand in most fantasy, most cultures kind of live amongst themselves and are like hugely xenophobic to others. That's not the case in my campaign setting, except in some instances. Anvil Boat is like most dwarvish cities in that it's not just for dwarves; it also has humans and others.
Okay, so they're trying to keep their stuff private.
So it could be the case that the books that are on offer there, some of them were brought in by elves and were kind of left
Okay.
there by elves. But yeah, certainly dwarves will have their own kind of like aspects of a city. Like we went back in Bond Rock, like they had a very large amount of the places there, but there were also some smaller sects, especially like in the middle land there, the courts and such, where other people were kind of present.
There's a reason that book was behind bars.
Yeah.
This is highly illegal stuff.
But
And that book taught illegal things.
I will explain to you. You do have the process to make a slave crown, and you could make one. And
Cool.
I will offer that recipe if you wish to keep the book, but if not, you can destroy the book as well.
Book and amulet destroyed.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash these to pieces, burn them, and
Piss on their ashes.
top measure, Ezekiel. I want you to come over here and just do whatever the hell you feel with this hump of dark iron. You make some anti-fairy arrows. You make some me-killing swords.
So the
You
iron,
do what you like.
the iron in question is just iron. It's not any special type of iron.
Oh, I thought you said it was dark iron.
It's dark
Or
in
cold
that-
iron,
it's
whatever.
not-
Dark colored
it's not-
iron.
It's not cold
Oh,
iron.
fuck.
No, it's just good old fashioned like.
That's why I wasn't touching it. Is I was
poor
I
use of
misinterpreted.
adjectives.
In blacksmith parlance, it's what's known as wrought iron. Basically, it's been shaped the way it is through lots of heatings and lots of hammerings, and this kind of creates a darkened iron. Whereas, like if you have iron as is, and you just kind of do like one heat, and you pull and actually kind of like ground the metal, it's not horribly like.
I
dark and
understand
mangled.
now. I was under the impression that entire time
I was-
before
I was waiting for you to say
that
something
it was the
wrong.
magic metal.
I was waiting for me to say
And that's
something
why I
wrong.
was surprised it was dwarves and humans
Yeah,
wearing it.
and
I was
Shorty
like, why
just
does
go-
it have to be this?
You stupid! Chody says you're saying wrong things. I think I was right, I'm right.
I say it's your world and you can do whatever you want with it.
Oh,
You Jody.
I was wrong, wasn't I?
That also means you got something wrong.
That's the way it works in my world.
There you go.
Okay, well,
More than fair.
here's a bunch of regular iron, Ezekiel.
It's
if you wanna
regular
make
iron.
something with
Trash ass iron.
quite a bit of just normal fucking iron for you to play with and practice your craft. Play some horseshoes, ring toss,
I was
and
right.
cut them,
Horseshoe set would be nice.
Cut-
You should keep
cut
one
'em for
of those.
horseshoes.
It's like I was right. Anyway. Then what happens? Short rest, obviously.
We're making sure that book and the thing are thoroughly destroyed. There might be more of these guys.
For sure. That's why I keep watching doors.
No, I mean more slaves.
There weren't any in the tents. There was just the one that they found.
Now I go back to the book. Is there like a specific range for one of these things to control people?
No. It seems that it's they won't do anything and like will allow themselves to starve to death if they're not commanded to do something.
If the device were to be destroyed, would the crowns be mundane, or
Correct.
do they just lock the person's brain out?
They'll become inert.
The crowns will.
The crowns will, yeah, they'll become inert.
Okay, not the people.
So destroying it would release all of them at the same time.
Yeah, so if there were more to be had, that would work.
I thought you meant more bandits. That's the page I was on.
Sorry, I meant more suffering people.
Probably both, you know.
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, we're breaking that bad boy.
Is there anything at the door I'm at, John? Have we looked at it yet?
Oh, that's not a door. That's a step that go up. It goes up. And
That's
up
what
and
I'm saying. Is there
Where?
Yeah,
at the top of these steps?
There's nothing at the top of the steps. It's more steps. It goes up for quite some time. So I explained. let me just give you one more time, so we all have it. There's the ceiling, right, of the center room, and it goes straight up for as far as you can see. Okay, it does look like there are shadows up there of like bridges and like other passes that look like there are different ledges at much higher distances up Amblevote's column. The steps seem to have a column that goes up entirely on its own as far as you can see from the center room. It looks like these steps go up to the landings above and possibly all the way up to the town atop. Because remember, Amblevote has like an airship like receiving town on its tippy top.
I would let the group know that I found a way. It seems like we could go up if we want to.
Oh, we're still taking a short rest, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
After that's done is when he kind of started patrolling.
Got it.
Because remember, he took a short rest while he was cooking. And
I don't
passing.
even need hit points. That's all it would do for me.
Ezekiel, you're moving to that door?
Yeah.
Okay.
How are the folks doing? How many survived?
5. So they are coming to. It looks like they're very, very sick and tired. So as you're kind of feeding them water and soup, they're very receptive, but it looks like they're not able to kind of take too much at one time.
Sure.
They seem to be a bit more thirsty than hungry. They all look very much kind of sickly in kind of size. Like they have been kind of malnourished for a better part of a week or 6 days, you'd think.
Focus on the broth, not the water.
And they're not very receptive to talking as you kind of talk at them. You don't know if it's because of shock or it's because they don't trust you or know who you are or what's happening.
No, that's reasonable. I'm trying to see that they're going to like make it through the next day or so.
It looks
if
like
we're not here to look after them.
It looks like they're doing okay. If you want to go ahead and make a medicine check to determine, like, you know, how they'll do.
Damn. 9.
I would say a 9. You feel confident that they'll be okay. They're not like exhibiting any signs that you would recognize as like real illness of like malnourishment. But you're also with that. You're not 100% confident. Like it's more like 60% confident. There's like a part of you that doubts that they might be able to survive on their own.
Let's leave like half the rations we found behind for them for now. Is that cool, guys?
Sure.
Okay. And we'll attempt to come check on them again. So, do we want to go up, down, or check out? There was another door or two that we didn't go through in this room.
You would hear Silas say, "I found a way up, you guys," from one side, and then you kind of hear Ezekiel opening up a door, which does open for you, Ezekiel, on the opposite side. When you open up the space, you see a ornate-looking rug or tapestry on the ground, or rug on the ground, and a number of kind of books. All about kind of placed on a small desk and everything. It looks like some of the books have been removed, and you haven't really been down back into the camp during your rest, so you aren't sure where the missing books are.
Okay. I'll let them know there's a book room over here.
And if you make your way through, you would see at the end of the hall here, there's a bunch of ash on the ground. Number of books as described, you know, on the walls and on the like, but there's just like a ton of ash at the far side.
I'll walk down and see what the ash is all about.
As you get closer to the ash, you see that it's shaped like humanoid shadows on the ground in a number of different patterns. Like there's been maybe 4 or 5 individuals who've been drawn here. Been drawn here.
Yeah.
In ash for some reason. There's a door. It looks like there is a really nice kind of green floor rug leading up to the door. The door appears to have a number of different sigils that have been drawn on it, and the drawings were kind of etched into the wood. This being a wooden door, and it looks like they've been filled with some sort of precious material. So there are 3 sigils exactly. One looks like it was filled in with like a jeweler's brass. One looks like it was filled in with silver, and one looks like it's filled in with platinum. But the
Okay.
markings, again, do not make sense to you because they are arcane and beyond your ken.
Yeah, I'll go back and holler for the rest of the party to come down here so we can check out this door, which is possibly
You
something
hear
we can.
you hear a response, but not from where you're expecting. You hear it from the door. Excuse me. I told your friends I didn't want any more visitors. If you try to embark on an attempt to breach our door, I will do to them worse, tenfold.
I'm sorry,
You're
whose
not-
door? We just kind of appeared here.
We do not want any of your interlopers, your practices, your problems. If you wish to do what you did to the other people of this floor, that's fine. And my compatriot, having turned tail against me, has not been able to breach my defenses. If you wish to try, test me, boy.
I can help you get out of here if you need to get out of here, buddy. I just
do
killed the
not
bandits.
wish to leave. You killed
Okay.
the bandits.
Yeah.
You are not
Sure.
one of their number.
No, we kind of showed up and they attacked at us, so we walked them.
I still have no interest to speak to you. We are busy with our research.
Okay. There's some people out here that are pretty malnourished. If you can check on them if you have a moment, they have like some weird collars on, or not collars, but crowns.
I will send out an eye to investigate you are not laying a trap for me, and then I will send out one of my pages who will check upon them in 2 hours' time.
Okay, that's fine. We left some rations for them, so they should
be fine.
be good for a moment. They looked a little sickly, so
They were the ones that the crowns were placed upon.
yeah.
I will check in on them and make sure they are doing well. As citizens of Ambervote, they deserve that at least.
All right, thank you. And would you recommend me go down or up
What's your purpose?
to get out of here? I honestly don't
If
know.
you're
We kind of
wishing-
got teleported here by magic.
If you're wishing to leave, use the grand lift.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you, buddy. Be safe back here. Also, there's some books missing in here. I didn't take them. I promise. I'm not really magical. I just hit stuff.
Was my compatriot. I am hoping that amongst the bandits you smote him as well.
What did he look like? Was he like a magic type
He's
fella?
a prick who stole my wand of fireballs.
Oh yeah, we killed that guy.
Good. He deserved it.
Wand is broken. The wand is broken.
No, we didn't find any wand.
It was lost in the bath.
What wand? He says, well, be on your way, adventurer.
He ate it.
And
This
please,
last-
See you later, buddy.
do not attempt to disturb us. We have work to do.
Yeah, no, I understand. I got a mission of my own.
I will warn you before you do progress. If you do not heed my warning regarding leaving now, and you do wish to ascend the steps, be prepared. You will be fighting your way every step of the way, as this entire space above us has been filled with living ink.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for your information, buddy.
Ask if he can take care of these released slaves.
Already did.
You already did
Yeah,
it.
we
That
covered
was,
that.
Oh,
that was the first part.
my bad. I probably went on a king.
We're bad at eavesdropping.
I
That's
think,
all.
I think you were just like shaking your head because he sounds evil because he sounds wizardly. And then you came
He
back.
called him boy.
So
Yeah.
Well, he can tell that Ezekiel's only 20. To him, he's a child.
Hmm.
Didn't,
Ezekiel will,
didn't peep that he's a dog.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh,
Racist.
come on now. Here, boy, here, boy. That's not what he meant.
That's pretty fucked up.
God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I would like to use something that I haven't got to use yet.
Okay.
It's my smell intentions.
Yeah, so he's behind a door.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that's
So-
how it worked.
You can't be 100% certain, but however, what I will tell you is based on his speech patterning, based on his immediate threat and not a desire to kill you instantly, it does seem that his intent is just to remain inside of his space to himself. So if you wish to usurp his position and take from him what he has, you can try, but it does seem like he's not going to harm you or just not care about what you do. And he also gave you knowledge you didn't have regarding the living ink above you.
I will come back out then and let the party know that There's a guy back there. I guess he was the wizard's ex-partner before the wizard betrayed him. And he said he would send a guy out to make sure we're not trapping them. And then if we're not trapping them, he'll send out to check on the released people that we released. And that it'd be better for us to go down instead of up, because if we go up, we got to fight a bunch of stuff he called living ink.
Gross. How's Rolling Rock feel about the Lodestar while we're in here?
No wells.
Okay, yeah, we had no reason to be here then.
Well,
Yep.
Okay.
again, column-wise, like it's not like it's a relatively close proximity. So the next level above you that you can kind of make out is probably 100 or so feet above you. So it would be a floor-by-floor basis on the soul well shaft.
Says you, I can just run up the walls. So we can see the bridges.
Do you wish to try?
No, because you're gonna try to kill me, dick. Full of living ink up there.
It is
Do you-
dark up there.
Do you
It's
wish
full
to
of
try?
I'm gonna be completely 100 with you. Like I apologize ahead of time if you want to go into that dungeon, but I am going to be neutering a couple of magic items with the bullshit
Oh,
that's above you.
Neutering?
Yes, 100%. Oh, God,
You're being
fucking what?
racist again, Joe.
It wasn't any of
Did you
Ezekiel's-
drop it? Let Ezekiel live, man.
What have you got
Oh.
against Ezekiel, man?
Well, it says kill
What do you
all
mean,
of you.
Oh, he's wagging his tail.
Wag the kennel board.
Which magic items are we neutering?
Definitely the spider climbing ones. It's gonna be very hard.
It's always neutered.
Well, it's gonna be very hard to track yourself on
It's gonna be a big fall.
stone. Stone that moves out from underneath you.
Nah, let's dip. This wizard guy's
Well-
got this covered.
I'm going to apologize for the 2 slaves that didn't make it. That was kind of our bad, but you know, gonna break some eggs. Best of luck to the other 5 of you. Sounds like help is on the way.
One of them says, kind of coughs out some words, like kind of trying to get you to stop. And he says to you, who are you with?
I am Bodhisattva. I represent the new conglomerate.
Oh, so they received our message?
I can't say for sure. I apologize.
A message. A message.
Ron was hoping that one of your sky ships would come and help us deal with this problem. Hey,
Do we have skyships?
I've been out for a long time.
We should.
Ron?
Rond.
Ron.
R-H-O-N-D.
Yeah, it's a fantasy name, not just some normal guy.
Yeah.
I was like Ron.
Ronald.
Why would mundane
Why
ass
would
Ron
somebody
be
have a
sending a
name like
message?
Ronald? What a horrible fucking
Stop
first
it!
name.
It's all dicks.
No, it's happened.
Fucking Ron.
That's the name that we
Andy,
give to
Andy,
our
you don't
characters.
use it.
Andy, real quick note. Jeremy's first name is Ronald.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Didn't know it was happening there on several levels.
Okay,
And
Precious.
me and Jeremy just getting the short end of the stick today.
Words
Wow.
hurt.
So he says,
Okay, but
my brother, Ron Nanand, is the captain of the watch for Amblevote. I was a lieutenant. I was guarding the Great Lift. We weren't able to get reinforcements because of the living ink. And we tried to hold this position, but we were attacked from behind. Unconscious. Some of us held against our will.
do you have any idea where these assailants came from?
Remember who had locked us up? It was. He kind of pauses for a second.
Don't strain yourself.
Kind of like
Just put on your
Remembering
thinking.
is hard.
Just put on your thinking cap.
takes a
Is it
breath
too
and
too
says,
soon?
"No." And then another person says, "It was Benich." And the other guy who was talking originally looks to the other person. Benich wouldn't have done this. He's one of the mages who refines the inks.
Ezekiel will go grab the mage's body and like flop
Drag
it
him
from
over.
like this guy.
That's Bennick. And one of them says, "Oh, God, what did you do to him?"
Well,
Yeah,
he was kind
he
of the
did
one
this.
It looks
controlling
like
you
he
guys
threw
doing
him
it.
down to the ground and beat him up with a hammer, and then fucking
He was never touched by that hammer.
matched his. He was. He got slapped with a hammer a couple of
He
times.
did get slapped early on last session.
Yeah, Gift of Verzova.
Tail
knocked
into
him
last
down.
session, him and Steve both wailed on him pretty good.
And then,
All right, fine.
And then he
made fun of his
magic
mother.
to his family.
Arrows
Yeah,
and thorns.
there's a lot of shit
Yeah,
happening.
Andy talked shit, then you shot him with an arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody got a piece.
Everybody hit the wizard. But he says, that's him, yeah. Was he with?
Yeah, he was with the bandits.
There were like 40 of them that attacked.
There's only like 6 here.
Came up with the lift, so I did what I had to do. I sent the lift back down, but at least half of them got out before the doors shut. The other half of them, they either fell to their deaths or were smashed by the doors.
Where is this lift?
It's the one I saw.
He would gesture toward the south side of the map.
Oh, that's what that giant hatch is?
Yeah. The lift
Okay,
comes up, the
that
doors
makes more
come
sense.
So that's full of bandits.
up. It would either be he didn't. So Ezekiel didn't see any bandits, but he was also looking at from a high point. He didn't really see much detail. So if you go down to the lift, you might see.
We have some 34 or more bandits on a counting board.
Correct. Well, there's at least 5 who are ash stains in the hallway that Ezekiel investigated. So we've got.
Okay, we have some 29 or more.
Yeah.
Tallying down the bandits.
Well, again, he said he got half of them in the lift. So
14. Here we go.
14, 15 or more bandits. 14
I
or
think
more.
14 and
Yeah,
one
I guess
half
now.
bandits.
somewhere around 9 is what we're looking at.
One just got benched in the doors.
But he says, we need to get word to them. We need to make sure that they know that the passageway is being clear and that, you cleared it, right? There are no more bandits?
Not in here with us. The only person left alive was a wizard dude, I'm assuming, through a door. He said he was points at that guy's partner, but that guy betrayed him.
No, that's not Rond. You talked about Rond. We didn't get that guy's name. He was
Oh.
unfriendly.
Rooker?
I think so, yeah. He said there was a lot of ash stains. He killed a bunch of people, it looks like, trying to get
Can we
through his
just
door.
take you to the door? Can you walk for a second?
I couldn't be asked.
Yeah, you look comfy.
You could be.
I gave him the softest blankets.
He points to Rolling Rock and he points to Ezekiel and points to Silas. If you both carry me, I'm gonna ride out this being lazy thing as long as I can.
Yeah, you worked enough.
I worked hard.
I volunteer
And,
Rolling Rock.
Is this guy a dwarf or a human?
This guy in specific is a human.
Human, okay.
The guy who spoke in between and mentioned Bennick would be a dwarf.
Okay, gotcha. Then
Word needs to be granted to the lordship and the folks up on top, and unfortunately, I don't think I have the strength to get up there. The living ink was quite the deterrent for us, and I don't know how long whatever happened to me happened, but it feels like a century. Sure, it's only grown worse, the problem.
My best guess is between 5 and 10 days.
Yes, undoubtedly it's taken all of the levels then.
What is this living ink?
What we mine here in Amelvote is known as Ichor. It's the blood of a god. Demon or whatever. For whatever reason, this column has been rich with it. Over time, we have drained the column of a number of different cavities of it, and a number of different wells are in place that allow for us to pull from the depths this ink into great fountains and also reservoirs, all of the different levels above. Well, from what I remember hearing, the initiation of the living ink is one of the wells became alive, like a pudding or an ooze. And, started attacking people around it. My brother had sent some folks after it, but they were killed in a manner I don't know. I'm assuming just I don't know how it kills. I just know that when the messenger was sent down here, we were told to hold out and try to get resources up to them. And for a while we had a number of means that we could, but unfortunately they were cut off to us. He kind of... Did the bandit types, did they get into the northern door?
No, they tried a lot, but they couldn't seem to unlock it.
Good. Good. That's good. We have a elevator in that space that ascends all the way up to the summit. But we couldn't use it any longer as it became filled with the ink. We shut off the doors and sealed them. We set off a couple of stops, mechanisms we thought might hinder them. If you've met Rooker, you know he's quite competent with magic, and if you dealt with Bennick, I'm assuming you also saw his competency regarding spellcraft.
Yeah, we've seen better. Right, fellas?
What are you, conglomerate?
Yeah,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, that's right, you said that.
Yeah.
Well, of course you've seen better. Holy shit.
Very important.
But you're not here answering Ron's message. You're just here at happen chance?
Yeah, pretty much.
It happens.
I mean, I guess, but fortuitous if you're willing to help.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't leave otherwise.
I
So,
will try and regain my strength, and when I do, I'll see if I can't speak to Rooker and see if I can't find out if he knows anything I don't.
The only other door that the bandits tried to break into was in the kitchen area. There was a door that was locked.
there's a chest.
Right. So that leads back towards the armory.
It's back
I
this
figured
way.
it was
I thought it was a chest.
Oh, there's a chest in the supply room. There's the supply room and then the armory. The supply room has bars that keep it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right, and then the door that leads directly into the mess hall. The people who would maintain the armory and such would partake in repasts there. But I'm assuming that you got them all? Like, did any...
As far as we know, we killed them all. There was none left in the areas we've explored.
Well, I doubt they had much to do inside of the forges. They didn't seem to craft a lot. They probably didn't mess with the Dwerson temple. And they definitely could not have gotten into the lift. What you say is true, then that's good. Not the grand lift, the lift besides.
The north lift.
Did they get into the library? They definitely got into the library. They had to. Bennick probably led them into it. And
Yeah.
the dwarf that spoke before
That's
said,
how we fixed you.
the dwarf,
He had a book.
dwarf says Bennick probably gave them the secret books. The ones we've been hiding for the conglomerate for centuries.
Well, there's one less that I destroyed.
The dwarf says,
My apologies.
Destroy them all. Burn them all. They're yours to do so with. We'd rather not
Alright.
have them. If they
Which
can do
ones are
things-
meant to be destroyed?
Well, none of them. You're supposed to.
Our choosing is what he's saying, but I'm telling him that I destroyed the one about the collar or about the crowns.
Yeah.
Which ones do they deem need destroyed?
If you're going to destroy them, destroy the ones behind the bars.
Well, they're kind of behind bars and magic fields.
Well, Bennick fucking did it. You said you've seen better mages.
Yeah,
You see,
you're right.
You see the guy kind
Scene,
of
not
That
am.
kind
That
of
guy's an amateur.
raises his hand to the dwarfs. He says, "Calm down. It's okay. Listen, we've gone through a lot. They've helped us. They've saved our lives. Let's not be so hasty with our demands of them." The dwarf nods his head. Fine. But if I can't get to your brother, then what point do we have in staying here? Maybe they should just help us get to, well, wherever we can go. I'm assuming, and the lead guy says, I'm assuming it's still bad out there? The riders and everything?
Aeonis? Yes.
Great. We're better off here, my friend. The dwarf nods his head. Much. Sure.
If we can help you and Count Anvilvote as an ally, we will do so.
If you can get to my brother and tell him that I am alive, I guarantee you he will vouch for you amongst the lords of Amplevote. But for you to do that, you will need to get to the summit. And the only way I know of doing so is the stairs. And
Is
that is where
Impossible to go out and around.
you can certainly try, but that is where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching, those that did. And we'll pick up next week with the ascent of Amplevote, however we plan to do it. Stopping the stream, and we will talk to you then.